Please click the bell icon next to the subscribe button as you can see here to be the first to get all the updates from Dinos Vault. Hey there guys, welcome to Dinos Vault, and as promised, today I give you my first ride review of the Royal Enfield Classic 350 Gunmetal color variant. For those who want to have a nice up close and personal look of this bike in the best resolution possible, you can watch my exclusive 4K walk around video of this bike by following the link appearing on the screen currently. You can also watch my first ride review of the Classic 500 Stealth Black color variant, where I tell you all that you need to know about that bike by following the link appearing on the screen currently. First of all, you need to know that the Stealth Black color and the Gunmetal Grey color variants are exclusive to the respective models, which means the Stealth Black is only available for the Classic 500 and not available for the Classic 350. Similarly, the Gunmetal Grey color is exclusively available for the Classic 350 and not for the Classic 500. Personally, I really like the way the Stealth Black color has come out and hope Royal Enfield introduced this color for the Classic 350 as well, which is their best selling model to date. Quickly talking about the important changes that this Gunmetal Grey color variant brings along with it. The first noteworthy add-on is the inclusion of a rear disc brake as standard now, which slightly enhances the overall braking performance. I'll be showing you my braking test footage later on in this video. Secondly, another important inclusion that truly has made a whole lot of difference in my opinion is the new swing arm carried over from the Thunderbird. Now this does aid in improving its overall handling characteristics. Apart from this, almost everything else remains the same. Now quickly looking at the engine specs, powering this Gunmetal Grey color variant is the same 4-stroke single-cylinder air-cooled 346cc BS4 compliant engine that puts out 19.8 bhp of max power at 5250 rpm and 28 Newton meters of max torque at 4000 rpm. This comes mated to a 5-speed gearbox. Taking the bike out for a spin on the city streets as well as on empty stretches, the first thing that really impressed me is the enhanced and bettered flickability and maneuverability on this bike. This, I believe, comes courtesy of the new swing arm that the bike gets from the Thunderbird. The bike is now easier to steer and maneuver through city traffic when compared to prior. The overall straight line stability is reasonably good as well. The sweet spot on this bike has to be around 80 km per hour, where the vibrations are not much apparent on the handlebar or on the rider foot pegs, especially if you're wearing riding gloves and riding boots. But as you try to push the bike a little further, the vibrations start becoming more apparent. At around 100 to 110 km per hour, the bike starts feeling a little unstable and wobbly. Now this is not a sport bike to expect razor sharp precision when it comes to handling. This is a bike that is owned to cherish its rich legacy and take pride in its age-old heritage. Again, this is a brand new bike that I'm riding, so I believe after the first, second and third service, the bike would hold good up to 90 km per hour when it comes to stability. The vibrations are apparent lower down in the RPM range too, but they aren't as bothersome as that of the Classic 500. And even in the case of the Classic 500, the vibrations do die down as you reach speeds of around 80 km per hour. The vibrations in the lower RPM range, I believe, is because of too much of power being packed into a single-cylinder engine. Now getting back to the 350, the clutch feel is decent. It isn't too hard to operate. The heel and toe gear shifter allows for more convenient gear shifts, especially in city traffic. The acceleration is more old school, giving you the feel that you are riding a vintage motorcycle. The feeling, however, is indeed special. You do feel free with the wind blowing in your face and the sun shining through your eyes. You get to experience the sheer joy of pure motorcycling, where you control the machine rather than the machine controlling you, something that I strongly believe in. And Royal Enfield dare to be different even in an era predominantly defined by electronic aids and technological advances. They hold on to what they strongly believe in, something that has worked for them for over 100 years now and will continue to work for them in the future as well. Now looking at the brakes, we get a 280mm disc with 2 piston calipers up front, and we get a 240mm disc with single piston caliper at the back. So here you can see me doing speeds of around 70 km per hour, and I slam on the brakes. You can see that the bike comes to a standstill within 2.6 seconds, which is quite impressive. The rear wheel does lock up under harsh braking, and I would suggest that you watch my vlog where I talk about how to brake on a non-ABS bike by following the link appearing on the screen currently. My suggestion is that you use both the brakes at a time and apply a little more pressure on the front brake compared to the rear brake to come to a standstill without the rear wheel skidding. Talking about the suspension, we get 35mm telescopic forks up front with 130mm of travel and twin gas-charged rear shock absorbers with 5-step adjustability for preload and 80mm of travel. The suspension is decent enough to glide over the potholes, but a better quality foam used for the seat would definitely enhance the overall comfort level offered by this bike. Talking about other relevant specs, ground clearance is 135mm, but the bike does manage to clear the average size speed breaker in the city with relative ease when riding solo. Seat height is 800mm, quite manageable for riders of all sizes. Tank capacity is 13.5 liters, quite decent for the city, but I hope RE offers a bigger tank because most of them prefer to go touring on this bike. Wet weight is 192 kgs, but you don't really feel the weight all that much once you are on the go. Mileage wise, my friends who own the Classic 350 are getting around 40 to 42 kmpl in the city. Price ex-showroom Hyderabad for this bike is Rs 1,42,899, and to know the exact on-road price you can call the number appearing on the screen currently. Talking about areas of improvement, first of all, it's high time Royal Enfield included a fuel gauge in their bikes. We do get a low fuel warning indicator for the Classic 500 now, but we still don't even get that for the 350. Secondly, I hope RE provides a better quality seat for the Classic in the future upgrades. Thirdly, I hope Royal Enfield tries to offer a slightly bigger fuel tank, at least a 16-liter tank, because most of them prefer to go touring on this bike. And finally, I hope RE works on reducing the vibrations to some extent such that the ride is more pleasurable and enjoyable. Well, that's about it for now. I just hope you found this video useful. Until next time, this is Dino saying ciao. Take care, God bless, and ride safe.